This is Irpin, a suburb of Kyiv. When I was here at the beginning of March, this whole area was a war zone. The buildings behind me were the scene of quite fierce gun battles between Ukrainian soldiers and Russian troops who were using this as the main area for their advance into Kyiv. Now, 12 weeks later or so, the whole area is back peaceful again, and there's a massive reconstruction project going on. This bridge here into Irpin was blown up by the Ukrainian army to stop the Russians advancing into Kyiv. Now, though, just a few weeks after the end of the fighting in Kyiv, a temporary bridge has been built already so that traffic can come back and forth. During the height of the fighting in early March, thousands of evacuees from Irpin fled across this bridge. It became one of the iconic images of the whole Ukraine conflict. On the bridge there's a makeshift memorial has been set up. People who lost loved ones during the fighting in the conflict in Irpin can put their names on this sheet of paper here. There's also a memorial here with shoes, toys, other children's items that people have left that were found here in the rubble that are now available for people to collect in the event that they identify anything. This bridge previously was littered with burnt out cars that had been parked here by people fleeing the conflict. They got as far as where the bridge had been demolished and then they jumped out, and then during the shelling that took place during the battle for Irpin, a lot of the cars were destroyed. Now they've all been cleared away. This is where many of those burnt out cars that were left on the bridge have now been taken to a so-called car cemetery on the outskirts of Irpin. This cemetery here in Irpin is where some of the people who died during the fighting have been buried, although apparently it's just the first few rows here that actually contain the bodies of people who died during the fighting.
Двері були спочатку замки вистріляні, а потім з коробкою вибили.
Who did this? Who broke open the doors in all the flats?
Як ви думаєте, хто це зробив?
Росія, русські.
This is Valentina's apartment. Strangely, it's been left largely intact, while the other side of the building has been pretty badly damaged and burnt to a cinder. The only damage here really is the windows. This is the apartment just next to Valentina's. It's on the same floor, only meters away, but while hers has remained largely intact, this place caught fire and is almost completely destroyed. As we walk through here, you can see the destruction on this side of the block of flats. How does it feel coming back to Irpin to see all the damage here?
Біль за свою Україну.
When she had to leave the city during the fighting, what was it like walking through the city when there was shelling going on?
Страх. Страх за себе, за всю Україну, за людей, за тих дітей, які з нами були в підвалі. І за все. Був страх.
It seems very unlikely that anybody is ever going to be able to return to live in these buildings permanently. The residents are expecting that some of them may have to be pulled down. It's heartening to see how many of them are coming back here to live. There are people inhabiting these apartments now, even though there's no electricity, no water, etc. They would rather return to them than see them demolished, because this is the town they've grown up in, this is the place they love. And yet, on the other hand, what you have to remember is that this is just a fraction of the destruction across the whole of Ukraine.
Тут ракети летіли, і дивіться, так залітали ракети, що провалювалися потолки, арматура летить. Нічого немає. В нас все побито. Нічого немає. І труби побиті, і газові, і водяні. Ну нічого немає. Ремонту не підлягає дім, будуть нас